Let's be honest, we are all fed up with these bad boys in our classrooms. And until the state or the federal government has some cojones to do something about it, they're here to stay.
One of the things that I did to deal with this, and I recognized it really, really early, was to make a deal with the kids from day one. And my deal was, I wanted every day 5 to 7 minutes of uninterrupted time to lecture, get my information out to them. And I'd say, you know what? You're gonna give me your attention for that 5 to 7 minutes. No cell phones, no extra anything. Then, after that 7 minutes is over, we'd go immediately to work. Whatever the work was for that day, we'd get to work, do the work, and then at some point, midway through, when you could tell, the kids could tell, that they've had enough. They wanted a break. They've been working really, really hard. We'd call a 5 to 7 minute break. Start a timer on the board, and during that 5 to 7 minutes, they were allowed to use their phones, do social media, do whatever it is they needed to do to get that tension out of their system. Because you know it's building, they love it. And the truth is, these are hard to put down, even for adults. Let's admit it, teachers, we all spend way too much time on these.
Some way too much during staff meetings.
Absolutely, right?
Yes.
So now that we know that it's hard to put down, even for adults, it's super hard for kids to put them down as well. So we need to manage those expectations. And one of the easiest way to do that is to be like, sometime during this class, or even set a time if you want to, as we work for a certain amount of time, we're gonna have a break, and during that break, you can use your cell phones at will.
The method that I used in my class was that every single desk had a vinyl sticker with a designated number on it, and then up front, I also had a calculator holder with those numbers up front. The kids would deposit their phones up there, they would stay up there. I honestly wish I would have known about your brain break before, because I actually think that would have been a good thing to employ with it. But the idea is there's that expectation. That's where kids' phones need to be. And if they had them out and otherwise, I would just take it from them for the class period because they weren't supposed to have them. But easy way to keep it organized, all up front, all in place.
I like that idea a lot. You can actually combine that with the break idea, and say, you know what, kids, when you come in, drop those phones off in the front. And then during the break, let's everybody stand up, come up and get your phone. I like the idea of kids moving around, you know, just getting the blood flowing, the energy flowing at some point in the class. So you get them all up, you know every single one of them is gonna run up there to get their cell phone. They go up there, they move it, they got their cell phone. Maybe it causes a little bit of chaos, but controlled chaos every once in a while in the classroom is a good thing.
As far as classrooms go, it's one brand of chaos or another.
One brand or another.
If you're enjoying these so far, please like and subscribe. We'd appreciate it.
The last one, and it's really effective, is buying a huge charging brick for cell phones. A universal charger where you can plug in iPhones, Android phones, whatever it is they're carrying around these days. And you can take that brick and put it up in the front of the room. So when the students are walking in, they know that you have the brick available. They come in, they take their phone, they plug it into the brick. This brick here even has little slots for you to drop the phone into. So now you're getting the phones out of their possession, but they in turn are getting some kind of service, a freebie out of it. And in my opinion and in my experience, kids never have their cell phones charged. They're always asking to borrow each other's cords.
Shoot, mine's
to charge
barely
phone.
charged.
Yours is never charged. You're the worst cell phone user ever. But actually, if all our kids were like you, we'd have much more happier teachers. But it's a really simple idea, and it might cost a little bit money, a little bit of initial investment. The ones that we have linked down below range in price from $50 to $100.
But I mean,
but
it'll pay for
work.
itself in the long run if you're looking for an easy fix.
And you're right, it'll certainly pay for itself in terms of sanity. And some people have a little bit of money you can spend in the classroom. This is one of the ones that I spent money on, and I always found a bunch of kids really happy to use it. And it got the cell phones out of their hands, and they knew at the end of class their cell phone would be all charged up and ready to go annoy another teacher.
Perfect. Pass that on.
Pass that on. Thanks so much for joining us today. John and I are going to be bringing you a whole bunch of ideas, lessons, and other cool stuff to make your life as a teacher a little bit easier in these days to come. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll be back real soon. Thanks again.
Take care of the 3 and be your best self.
Do you want to hear something really scary?
Yeah, let's hear it.
When I first started teaching, these did not look like cell phones. They were these little itty bitty flip phones. Maybe you could send a text message on a numeric keypad. Certainly wasn't
The
this.
Nokia brick. The
Nokia
perfect
brick.
mugging deterrent.